well too, because they've got a horseshoe up their butt. There's no doubt about it. No, they shouldn't have won that game, man.
Pause.
Hold
Nah,
on.
they should have never won, but pause that.
Yeah, well, hold on there.
Pause that.
Listen, back up a bit.
I keep forgetting we
Yo,
got New York guys here, so you gotta watch what you say and stuff. You know, what I mean? I try to keep it kid friendly and still gotta pause. Like, hey yo, pause.
so back up a bit. Remember last week on stereo, King, coming back for you, when we were telling you that your Baltimore Ravens win against the Denver Broncos was the best win. Clearly shows why against the Chiefs.
You can't say that because the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is playing his worst year ever right now. Can we
Right.
agree on that?
I don't
I
think
would,
he
I would,
is.
No?
Statistically, okay, from a standpoint of fantasy, statistics,
yeah,
whatever you want to go by the numbers,
yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
by that, yeah.
Bro, he's literally finding like Andy Reid and him is literally finding ways to make plays. Now, yes, they should have lost against Denver, but defensively, they made special teams. They came up with the block. Cool.
But no, this is what I'm saying though. Last year, their defense was sound, but this year the defense is
Their
taking
defense is the
more
ones that's carrying them.
Yeah.
exactly compared to years prior where it was the offense and the defense was just bend don't break.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, I feel that this is his worst year we're ever gonna see him playing in. It's not to poo-poo on him. It's just to say that they are a complete team. So this
Because
win
he's
against
throwing
the
a lot of
Broncos,
interceptions.
compared to the Ravens win against the Broncos, I think this one holds more weight because the Ravens offensively are a juggernaut. Defensively, they're shaky, baby. You know what I mean? They let a lot of dumb stuff happen. But for the Chiefs, I feel like their defense is super strong, and their offense is what needs work. And yet again, it's due to injury. I mean, I'm happy they brought Kareem Hunt back. D Hop that the game prior to that one when they played the Bucks, like those catches are ridiculous. That was vintage D Hop, but you know, I'm not too sure about these Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they'll make it to the playoffs, but they're one injury or one bad play away from being eliminated. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Lucky Charms is gonna run out sometime.
Really? I don't know, man. Mahomes is Mahomes, and
He is.
he gets to the playoffs, you might just see a different the
Oh,
Mahomes.
I'm not saying they're not gonna get to the playoffs. Don't get it twisted. They're
No, no,
not.
no. I'm
No,
saying
they
in
already
the
booked it.
playoffs. No, in the playoffs, you might just see that whole Mahomes that we're all used to seeing.
Well, yet again, I'm not putting it all on Mahomes. I'm saying the offense as a whole is a little lackluster, and it's
But
due to them bringing in
Kelsey,
new people. And
Kelsey, slow down. Kelsey's not. He's not the same old Kelsey.
but how are you supposed to be the same old Kelsey? You've been in the league for like 13 years. Eventually, he gonna slow down.
And that's why you got Gray, the backup tight end. He's really been balling.
Yeah, he's been balling too. And yet again, D Hop and Kareem Hunt are great additions. Kareem Hunt came from that system.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think a lot of people remember that was his first team, and then he went to the Browns, the little trip, and then came back, right? And shouts out to Andy Reid too, man. The man is the land of many second chances,
Nah,
and I
yeah,
I,
he's
I
he's
appreciate
definitely
him for that because he's a real one.
he's a
Yeah.
real one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yet again, what did you guys take from that Bronco game, though? What's your guys' thoughts about the Broncos?
The division game, and the Chiefs should have lost, but they just did it. They just did it. They just find ways to win. We always been saying that. They just find ways to win the game. And that's just championship caliber type of situation.
Yeah.
You can't say nothing to it. We can't blame the refs. They literally got the block
Hmm.
and won the game.
Yeah, they kept picking on that one individual. I guess he was the weak link in the chain, and they figured out how to get over there. The Cowgirls, though. Jerry Jones, are you not entertained? I know I'm entertained. I mean, you can go get Bill Belichick, Deion Sanders, whoever you want to get to fix this problem you got. But you know what the biggest problem of all it is? Of all of this is? You, Jerry. You've got to take a back seat. You've got to stop doing press conferences. You got to stop allowing these players to side skirt the coach to come tell daddy what's wrong. Because I'll tell you this, if you think you're going to get Shador, dead wrong. Because if you trade Dak, that's 100 and I think 110 cap hit you going to take, and you still got Trey Lance. You going to bench Dak and bring in Shador? Or you going to bench Shador? You think Deion Sanders, if he was ever to take that job, he's gonna let you talk about him in the media some crazy way? You think he's gonna allow any of this foolishness, shenanigans, and tomfoolery you got going on over there, boy? I don't think so. You got Mike Parsons. I think I said his name right. No,
Micah Parsons.
Michael Parsons. Okay, yeah, sorry, sir. Talking about the head coach. I'm not a McCarthy fan at all. Personally,
That's
Aaron
wrong. I
carried
don't
him.
like it. I don't like it.
Aaron carried him. That Super Bowl, that was Aaron. You know what I mean? I
Mm.
don't give Aaron too much, but I give him I give him enough. Okay. Uh, to say that these Hall of Famers on your team have done more than he has in his whole career, asinine. He's got a chip, and he's got the most wins in your building.
Mm.
In your building, he has the most wins. So at the end of the day, be upset. I understand that you're talking more about the offensive line and some of the players that they're aging out and they can't do this no more. But there's no reason for you to take a shot at Mike McCarthy, who we know by the end of this year, or yeah, literally by the end of this year, ain't gonna be your coach no more. Just know that whatever coach they bring, and I'm hoping it's Bill, because Bill will tell you that podcast that done. And if you want to do it, you ride on the bench. I don't care how much they paying you. Because I'm starting to see something, and we're gonna talk about it when it comes to the NBA players too. Starting to see something within the landscape of sports that's very disturbing. That these guys they get their money or they want to get their money and they're doing all this extra stuff instead of focusing on what they need to do in the business that they're in.
Well,
First,
listen.
you worked your whole life to get to this position. Why are you so worried about speaking instead of showing? I really would like to know that.
Well, I think for the entire season they all been pointing fingers at each other. They've
Yeah.
always been blaming. They're always crying about this one. I think. Listen, for me, it's a whole team problem. It's a whole team problem from the top, middle, down, bottom,
Fish
management,
rods from the
everything,
head down, my brother.
everything, everything. And it clearly shows. Like if you're losing, you're just pointing fingers at everybody. Everybody's pointing fingers at each other. So I'm happy, but listen, I'm loving it. Keep losing. I'm a glorified, very proud Dallas Cowboy hater. So keep losing and keep crying, and yeah, don't get no good quarterback and stuff. So yeah, Mills,
Don't get no good quarterback is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy, yo. Oh man, Jerry Jones is gonna be Jerry Jones, man. I mean, what can you say about him? Like, at the end of the day, he ain't gonna never change who he is. You know what I'm saying? They say the Jets got a karma. So does the Cowboys. I guess it was America's favorite in the '90s. They got more rings than the Jets, but I don't know. Is Jerry Jones? It's sometimes we find ourselves putting ourselves in bad predicaments, and that's what Jerry Jones does. Same thing could be said about Woody Johnson, whoever he hires. You just find ways to put yourself in terrible positions, and you just think that you got all the answers, but you don't. So, but yeah, the Cowboys, man, there's just so much that they gotta handle. You can't do all these, and I think it's kind of common centric a little bit of the scandalous. Like every time there's a big contract come about, a player got to be in the news,
Yeah.
messing with it.
Yeah.
So it's like karma might be karma,
Yeah.
it might just be karma. But Cowboy fans still gonna go. Cowboys still gonna be talking to media for whatever reason. We just gotta like this is why we're the new media, right? We just gotta push teams that's doing well that needs to be talked about. Talk about them. Now, if you did
Yeah.
talk about a team and at the end of the day they're not showing up, talk about them. But we shouldn't have to spend hours and days on the same old foolery every day.
Yeah. No, no, I feel you. I'm on into reason and foolishness, and that's why today I need to get sponsored by Sully. You know what I mean? 4 liters of water. You know what I mean? I think that's what the Cowboys need. They need some hydration because they out there thirsty.